Hello all and welcome back to the INVICTUS stream. My name as always is Mr. Harlan Guthrie and we're here tonight with the one, the only, the lovely Mr. James Schwartz.
Hello everybody.
Hello James. We are joined of course once again by Mr. Justin Thomas James.
Oh!
Of course we would not be here without the lovely and talented Joe. Oh wait, let me... There you go.
It's a reference.
It's a reference to a finger
Doing
dance.
a reference.
And of course, our faithful GM, Mr. Chris Viseau.
Oh, he's so wacky.
And welcome back to the INVICTUS stream. Tonight, we are here with Chapter 8 of Threshold, the Great and Powerful Part 2.
What? Is that a reference? Another reference?
It's a reference to the fact that we got nowhere in the last game, which was awesome.
Yeah.
We got nowhere fast.
Yeah, we did get
fast.
nowhere fast.
It was fun though. Like you guys did a good job of getting nowhere.
Wait.
We were in
We have
character
fun
the whole time.
That's how it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it is almost Extra Life Month.
Yeah.
What is Extra Life Month, you might ask? It is a month where we dedicate to the ramp up to Extra Life. Extra Life 2021, that's right, it is coming November 6th. We will be streaming for 24 solid hours, a mix of RPGs, video games, and probably a lot of burps and secret farts. It's all happening.
Or not so secret.
Or not so secret. Also, hot ones. We're going to be doing 10 spicy asses once again
Explains the burps.
from top to tail. It is going to be a brutal one. We have some new hot sauces that have been donated by Hnizdor Madman. He sent them to me yesterday. I don't know why I say yesterday. It was like a week ago. And everyone knows that on the stream too.
Why would you lie?
I don't know. I got this like casual way of just sort of like throwing out yesterday rather than a week ago. But anyway, it was a week ago, and they are looking pretty brutal, pretty fly. So we're gonna put those on our wings, and I think this year is gonna be pretty special. If we reach the $1,000 mark as per last year, I will be eating the Chip O' Death. And if we can get somebody to agree officially to do the other chip, then maybe that $1,000 reward will be two of us eating that chip of death. It is, of course,
I'm making a sauce also, so we're gonna try that maybe.
You're
You
making
are gonna do it?
sauce?
That's a lie. I just did a Harlan there. My mom's making the sauce.
Thank you, Patty.
But it's,
I'm gonna make a hot sauce.
I helped make the hot peppers that are going to be in the sauce. Like
You planted them.
Yeah, I moved the dirt. Does that count?
Yeah.
Is she going to make it like purposefully hot, or is it going to be a flavor? Like nice.
I don't know. You know what?
Because
it's, Jamaican hot peppers, which are like pretty substantially hot, and then we got some Scotch bonnets that are probably going to go in too. So
That's
I think
not
it's
bad.
going to have some kick to it for sure.
It's kind of fun though to make a hot sauce that's only meant to be hot, because you can kind of just be like, chili flakes.
Should we add more peppers?
Well, let's
Yeah,
do it
exactly.
this way. We'll taste
Literal
it beforehand and be
poison.
like, no, it's not even. It can't even get on this. You know, the scope of what we're doing,
If
or it
it's
could
too
be like,
mild,
yeah, it can be in there.
Yeah, cool. Either way, I'm excited to try it. So excellent contribution, Patty/Chris. I'm very excited for that. But yes, it will be 10 spicy wings with a number of your questions community submitted. So make sure to look for that on the Discord where we ask questions and all that kind of stuff. Although we might just do trivia. I think last year we did trivia and it was really fun.
It was really fun.
It was kind of a little bit less pressure, and people don't have shit to ask us anymore. So you know what? Scratch that. I think we'll scratch that. I think we're going to do trivia this year. I think it's going to be a lot more fun, and I do trivia every week, so I'll be well versed in how to answer questions properly, I guess. I don't
Henry
know.
has started doing trivia now at home. It's
That's right.
very cute.
Don't know why. He's just like, okay, how do we play with toys? A, like this. B, we burn them. Or C, we throw them in the garbage and never want to play with them again.
Like A, he's like, ding!
That's right.
I don't know if it's because he's going to
it's 'cause of
school,
school,
and
yeah, I
his
think-
teacher
yeah,
quizzes
it's
him or
gotta be
They
something.
must do some sort of quiz.
It's really cute.
That's awesome.
He did
But-
it for like 10
I know.
minutes.
You filmed it. It was
Wow.
amazing. So anyway, Extra Life, November 6th. But starting next week, as I said, every Wednesday we will be doing a spooky stream. That's right. Horror-filled spook fests to infest your mind, grapes. we're going to be running a series of fun horror-themed one-shots. There's going to be some Call of Cthulhu in there, a Don't Walk in Winter Wood, a cheesy B-movie horror, and probably an End of the World. Who knows? We might swap one of those out for something else if we're feeling it. So make sure to get pumped up for that. Additionally,
Pump it up.
every Friday night, except for the 15th, I should say, but 4 of the 5 Friday nights in October, Joe and I will be spooky streaming, starting with this Friday night. That's right, Joe and I will be cuddled up around 9 o'clock Eastern to play a horror
We'll
video
make room
game.
for you on the couch.
What's that?
I said we'll make room for you on the couch.
make
Come
room for
join
you.
us.
Yeah.
It'll be me and Harlan and you, the viewer.
Popcorn. I think we're going to start off with Summer of 58, which is a game that drawing a blank, Jeff McDonald sent us. As well as there's also another new horror game that just came out that looked really cool called In Sound Mind. So if you're interested in that one, don't play it. We're going to play it in the coming weeks. So
Save
a lot of fun
yourself
stuff.
for us.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff. So make sure you check out all that kind of shit. Plus, we got a new episode of Dimension Door Severed Fate today.
Yeah, you got it. You've been on the ball lately on hitting which one's at like airing
stalks
every
you.
week. That's great. I feel good about that.
It's
I feel
always
very
a 50-50 shot, so I just have to. We're great.
It's the best form of flattery.
It's true.
Yeah,
stalked.
stalking. Stalking is the best form of flattery. That's right. Beyond that, new episode of Dice Shame coming out tomorrow, and I think it's our best one in
In a little while.
Yeah, Rob doesn't watch this, so we can say that. No, Rob is super. He's not in it. That's why.
What
I
is
feel
Rob's
bad.
gonna turn it
Okay.
on for the
Okay.
first time and say, you know what I feel like doing tonight?
Watching the stream, I never go.
I miss
but...
those guys.
And we're like, fucking Rob.
No, but it is for those who are following the story. You'll note that the 3 of the 4 Nightstone 4 left, and this is their side adventure. And I don't know. I think it's just a really great episode. I'm really excited.
It's a
for
nice, tight little
Mini
story.
adventure.
but
mini
it's
adventure
like
within
an hour and a half. So get ready for like a movie length.
Also,
Dice Shame.
Justin did some really remarkable stuff with the music and
Yeah.
the sound effects this
Rob will
the
remember
upcoming
that.
episode.
That's what she said.
There was a lot for this one. There was a lot.
Yeah,
but
it's a beast, but you did a
I
great
was
job.
happy with it.
So check that out, 103. I feel like, in a way, I mean, it wouldn't have been because Rob wasn't in it, but don't you guys kind of feel like this is kind of episode 100? a
Well,
little bit?
it's interesting that you say that because we just surpassed 100,000 listens.
That's right. Dice Shame just surpassed 100,000 listens as well, or downloads or whatever. I don't know. What the
Never
integers.
mind. The kids
That's
are
very
saying.
good. That's very
Yeah.
very good.
We're very happy with it. Very excited. I've been trying to render a video to post it, and it's just my computer keeps saying it's canceled. So I don't know. We'll figure that out. But anyway, at some point,
Cancel culture.
Yeah, I know it's the worst. God, damn you, Adobe After Effects media encoder.
Adobe millennials.
I also don't really know how to render a video, so I could just be doing it wrong. Anyway, still millennials' fault. But yeah, episode 103 comes out, and yeah, we've just surpassed 100,000 downloads. So big congrats to us, I guess. It's a weird thing
Hooray!
to promote. We're great. Also, new episode of Malevolent just came out. Make sure you check that out. It's a fun show. And I think that is it. That was it, right? Yeah, I wanted to mention Extra Life, and we made a big deal of that. So.
Also, we've started chatting on Tuesday nights. on
Oh,
the
that's
stream.
right. That was the other thing I wanted to mention.
Well, there you go.
I used to write this shit down. Now I don't.
You just
So,
rely on me.
Tuesday night at 7:30 Eastern, I have started a new D&D campaign through Sigil Stream. You might have recognized that I was promoting our superhero campaign. That's finished. It's concluded. It was a lot of fun. But we're using the same crew, Erica, Ahmed, Gary, myself, and Joe, every Tuesday night at 7:30. We are starting a new game called Hereafter: The First Fire. It is a D&D 5e game. And honestly, I am loving it so far. I really have been
freaking
enjoying
awesome.
it. They have wonderful characters. We're playing with some new stuff from the Feywild, Hexbloods, as well as orcs, half-orcs, tiefling. I think that's the party makeup. It's a tiefling, a half-orc, an orc, and a hexblood. So there's like a Am I forgetting somebody?
No, but I'm really excited about one specific thing that happened last episode where
What?
we woke up, went outside, and Harlan's like, there's a plague of locusts that comes in, and we're all like, get it! I want to eat one!
Yeah, they all like went after the locusts. It was an
That's
interesting
the party we're dealing with.
But it is a really cool game. We are streaming on the Sigil YouTube channel. You can find them at Sigil Entertainment. But we are now allowing chatting on our own Discord as well. So if you scroll down, you'll notice there's a new banner below Malevolent, I think, and it's just called Sigil Stream. And I'll be posting hereafter there as well, so that you can chat along. We had Justin from No Fame Podcast, right?
Yes,
He was hanging out with us on Tuesday.
He
So
was.
just another way that you can see. So like that's like what, like 72 games a week now?
You're welcome.
We're doing tons.
You're welcome.
So lots of shit that you can watch us do.
Applause for us.
But this is always home, which is why it's so nice to see you guys. It's like you know, it's like coming. There's no place like home.
And
Oh.
Yeah. Speaking of, I was watching. Has anyone seen Return to Oz?
I was talking about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a horror movie.
Yeah,
So
but
creepy.
so
It's terrifying.
well, so I'm sure Chris will mention this because I'm sure he knows more than all of us, but because I've never read any of the books. I want to say bomb books. I've never read any of the Oz series, but apparently it's like the most faithful to the tone of the original Oz series. Like it's
Really?
brutal in its depiction of like these weird manifested puppets, and like there's imagery of like driving stakes into these like children who have turned into donkeys and
dark.
shit. Like it's a very, very dark. And I always used to think Return to Oz was like the gross, weird one, but I do remember being scarred by it. It's a very scary movie.
A lot,
The
a lot of
Wheelers,
people-
the Wheelers are
The
terrifying.
Wheelers.
Wheelers.
Oh my god.
All I
and the-
remember
and
is
the queen who takes her head off.
the head that
Yeah.
has with the
Picks a
different,
different head.
personalities. Yeah.
the thing I remember the most is the sand. When you touch the sand,
Yeah.
you turn into sand and
Yep.
you like die. Like
The deserts,
I don't.
yeah.
I don't remember what, but something about that. I don't know if it's a scene in the movie or maybe my childhood brain made it. But like when they touched the sand, they like turned into sand. It was so frightening, frighteningly.
But you also
Scary
think
shit.
like the scary shit is like at the beginning she's put in to against
psychiatric-
psychiatric help
yeah.
with electroshock therapy, and so like when she gets back there, even home isn't a feeling of safety anymore, right? It's like
Yeah,
Wow.
this feeling
there's
of
no respite.
Yeah, they
like,
don't.
where's
pull
the safety?
punches
Is the
in
safety
that
going
movie.
to
It's
this
amazing.
the real world where it's frightening and
Yeah.
you're trying to cope with shit that's the representation of the real world, or is it actually being present in the real world, which is so shitty to begin with? It's like
And
It's
that's
messed up.
closer to the original book.
that's
Apparently,
it, yeah.
it's not only is it closer to the source material, but it's closer in the tone and the depictions of what Oz is.
Yeah, so
Whereas
real-
Wizards of Oz
That's
made it like
so
really
strange.
well. Chris,
They
can speak
really
about it.
they added a lot of razzle dazzle to it. I mean, like
Well, that was like
it's
Hollywood
ridiculous.
in the 30s, right? Or
Yeah,
the
I
40s,
guess so.
Well, the weird thing is,
Let's give us
Return to Oz was by
Sparkly shows.
Disney, which is crazy.
What's
Like
that?
the Return to Oz was Disney,
Yeah, it was.
which is weird for Disney to do something like that.
Disney had a dark period
Yeah, for sure.
for sure.
Yeah, everyone had like that emo phase where their hair was brushed
Oh,
over.
yeah.
but the
Yeah, that was
original text,
Disney.
and he had to keep writing for these texts, and he didn't really want to. But they're more similar to how the Alice in Wonderland. It's like more like that type
Well,
of.
that's it too. I was watching. So the reason I brought this up is because I was watching a little bit of a documentary today. I only watched the first few, like maybe 10 minutes of it, just because it was really long. But it was talking about how Return to Oz, why it was made, and why it was so dark, and who was on it. And it was like, I think Murch, or I can't remember the director's last name, but he had done like THX 1138, and he had done these like really art house films that were really high in production. And Disney, the founder wanted to go sort of off the path because they were losing the rights to Wizard of Oz, so they had to make something. That's kind of why they fast tracked it. And the new president stepped in and even went darker with it. And
Yeah.
I don't know how it ended up getting made, but it was definitely like the era of Dark Crystal. I think it was like 85. So it was like, you know, everything around that time definitely had
The
this
Labyrinth,
veneer of
Never-ending
like,
story.
yeah, it had this weird veneer of like, okay, now let's scare kids.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyway,
kids, like I think
I
we're
like that
fascinated
vibe.
by that type of thing, right? Kids like that
Oh
type
yeah,
of.
oh yeah. Henry watched
Yeah, don't pull punches.
Army of Darkness the other day.
Oh my goodness.
He loved it. Listen, there's a scene in Army of Darkness. First off, there's no nudity, there's no swearing, and the violence is all non-red blood. So it's not like, overly... There's no, like, sawing people in half or anything like that. He only uses the chainsaw to, like, kill a witch at the beginning. But
There's so much blood when the person falls into the pit and just spews out.
it's pink. It's not even red. It's, like, pink.
So much blood.
He was laughing, and he really laughed when the hand went flying up from the pit and went on the guy's face and went boom. Henry burst out laughing. Anyway, what he's been doing is there's a scene in Army of Darkness where the witch attacks him and then lies over, and she pretends to be dead. And you reach across, Ash reaches across, and then he grabs the guy's hand. And he goes, "It's a trick. Get an axe." And like, there's that line.
And then the witch is like,
And the witch is like, "Rah!" And every time we wrestle now, Henry, while we're wrestling, he'll like lie down for a moment, and he'll like, "Oh, do one of these eyes." And he wants me to do this thing, and I have to say the line, and then what he'll do immediately is he'll turn over and go, "Ah!" He'll jump on me, like repeating scenes from the movie.
So coming full circle, Henry's gonna write a similar story to the Wizard of Oz when he's older.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of source material there.
There you go. A lot of brutality.
Yeah.
It's a pretty silly movie, honestly. It's I think also with kids nowadays, like he's seeing the more effects driven stuff too. Like even Spider-Man, Vulture is scarier than the main villain in Army of Darkness, because the era of CGI has come and it is here. And looking back, the skeletons riding the horses, which
They're pretty
admittedly,
laughable.
well, I saw them when I was a kid, and I was like, "Oh, that's like a skeleton riding a horse." That's scary. Now they're just like bouncing back and forth. Like it's so clearly, it's like Jason and the Argonauts like level of stop motion for the fights. Honestly, it's pretty silly, and he did not take it seriously. And I think that level of like, oh, this is Spider-Man and this is a character that's like Spider-Man, and then this is some guy transported to the past fighting skeletons, is enough of a departure from reality to him that he fully understood what it was. So anyway, he's a cool kid. Anyway, that's enough of this. Let's do it. Threshold.
Each member of the party shared a little bit last game about where they're coming from and their fears and hopes for the future. And I think we got to see a little bit more beyond what has happened just in this new world, but what waits for them back home and what drives them. In particular, we saw a little bit more about Wharton and Wharton's character as far as his relationship with his family. Jericho, we got to find out about his departure with his partner and how that's still troubling him. We learned a little bit more about Finn and his search for knowledge. And lastly, Theodora, now kind of at a crossroads. Where will she return? Is that what she wants for her future now that she's kind of lived away from the inn that's so much been a responsibility for her? The party was waiting at the side of a vast field of poppies, where they knew that if they went into the poppies, they would face the possibility of falling asleep unconscious, not knowing when they would wake up again, seeing skeletons and the remains of people who've tried to make this trek and not succeeded. Throughout the poppy field, there's harvesters, hunched over, sallow face, wearing masks, enjoying the opium as they are harvesting and seeming to be a slave to their addiction. Now the party contemplates how they're going to get across. How are they going to make it past this point along the road littered with the yellow dust that leads their way towards what they hope to be a bastion of freedom? At the end of the game, we had ideas. We had ideas of stilts and maybe even
great ideas.
Just running across. All of these are viable things. We did want
All
a
of
little
them
more
are
time.
viable.
All of them are viable. Some of them are a little bit more risky, I'd say, but maybe with a bigger reward. Let's go to experience points to begin with. everybody's going to get 2 experience points for defeating the skeletons at the end of last game. We also get another experience point for finding the Vorpal Blade.
Oh, that's right.
big-
That was all
that's
in
a-
one. That was all last session.
Also, you found the chalice, or we'll say the vase, that's carrying water that we're going to say is sacred from Saunter Sage, the wonderfully named creature of the forest. Theodora also destroyed the crystal stone from which Saunter Sage was given powers in the same way.
Yeah, I
that
defeated
other-
him. Take that, Saunders Sage.
Yeah, as other archetypes had. So there's some more experience points. So everyone at least is going to get 5 experience points to begin. Was that 5?
That was
1,
5 for
2.
me and 4
That
for
was-
everyone else.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, we'll say that. Yeah, we'll say that's 1 also for just the game, because you get 1 for another session, right? And then you also get 1 for a new area, which we'll say we got to the next session. I think we're going to stop there because that seems like a plethora of
It's a lot.
points to
Do
get.
you know
Like
what a
that's-
plethora is?
it's 6 points in this game. Yeah.
That's fair. What about my pride? Didn't I invoke that?
No more points. I have spoken, Finn. Yes, you can have another experience point.
Pay no
Finn.
attention to the
I
man
think somebody
behind.
else used their pride as well.
I did use a pride.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Battlefield control.
So let's give it to you as well.
Battlefield
take it.
control.
Next time we play,
The Major Tom.
yeah, consider upgrading some of your talents and things like that. We're all healed up. You've rested. There was a beautiful scene. I think as the sun was setting, you could see the fireflies of all different colors above this floating haze of pollen that sits above the field, and you contemplated as a group how you're going to pass it. So what do you think you're going to do? How are you going to get past this kind of obstacle in your journey?
I feel like we're mid-arguing when we see them next. Not arguing maybe, but like mid-discussing. Like, no, but if we can't do it that way, because if we don't have the right tools, it's not going to work. You know, like they're all sort of like heatedly talking.
Stilts, though. Honestly, stilts. Have you ever seen someone walk with stilts?
No, I mean but obviously they're addicts. So what do they know?
Addicts?
Yes, you know, the roof of a house.
That's what I said.
Do you have any ideas?
The harvesters are not on stilts themselves. Remember, there's a tethered balloon that kind of sits above the
right.
the flowers. And it seems to be
For some reason in my mind, I pictured those things
hunched over, right? I don't mind. You
Yeah.
can change it that way. I like
No,
that
no.
too.
I just pictured the things from Mad Max. You know, they're like
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of picturing the skaters or whatever from Return to Oz.
now we're picturing the
The
wheelers.
wheelers
from
now,
Return to
yeah.
And I
Oz.
always picture those creatures they ride on in the Dark Crystal.
Look at us, all picturing.
All
different
picturing
things.
things. All of us.
It's like this game is in our
Look
mind.
at our imaginations.
Theodora's like, now listen, we can stand here all day talking about it, but I think when it comes down to it, we need to play to our strengths. Finnegan, among us all, you are the one with the most brains.
Well, I mean,
What do you think we should do?
and Finnegan sort of starts to feel a little bit put upon, and you can see while he's so open to like suggesting these well thought out ideas, when the pressure's on, he sort of just stumbles over his words. He's kind of like, well, I mean, what could be well, I mean, everyone has and he sort of just, you know, flutters there for a minute, and you realize that and eventually just sits down. He's like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm racked with indecision.
Finnegan, you do know that we trust you, right? And that
I
we
know.
believe in you, and I think you should be able to believe in yourself. The only idea that I will nix is we hold our breath and we run across as quickly as we can. I think that is definitely not the way to go. And so I veto that one. I'm not sure if it was actually a choice or anything, but
There goes mine.
it's not a good one.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. I often have these moments. When I was at the university, I often would lecture, and you could put me in a room, and I could tell the entire theater, exactly what was on my mind and exactly the best way to tackle it. But the minute you fill those seats with people, I cram up. It's like I can't think straight, and in front of all you, I genuinely don't know what the right answer is.
Well, perhaps we can give you some space. Should we take a walk and let Finnegan just have some breathing room?
Let's. And I'm imagining Jericho's like testing still his own idea of holding his breath and running. So he just holds his breath,
I could do it.
runs away.
Runs in the field a little bit, runs back. It's like, okay, I made it that far. I could
See,
probably make it.
I was at least halfway.
Yeah, let's give Finnegan some space.
Okay. Yeah, I think Finnegan sort of just walks into the poppy field. No, I'm just kidding. He sort of walks.
Takes a big breath.
Fuck this.
Breathe.
Okay.
Yeah, I think a little bit of time passes and Finnegan comes jogging up towards you and he's like, I think I have a solution. And
What is it?
and he's kind of like, tubes.
Tubes?
And I'm going to use an idea that James thought of after hours because I think it's very bright. And essentially,
This is my favorite idea.
I love it. I don't know how we're gonna do it. So hit us with it. Fed.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
so basically, it's like long, paper tubes just held up, just like and
Tall
I'm sure,
straws.
What's that?
straws.
Tall straws.
Tall straws. And I think Finnegan's like, no, bear with me. This fauna is all sort of over the place. I am sure that we passed back in the woods there a set of fungi that were tubular in nature. If we found a way to fashion maybe 3 of them together, and they're fairly thin, we should be able to hold them up and breathe the fresh air while walking through.
Finnegan, that's genius.
But instead of being high on opium, you're gonna get high on psilocybin kind of thing. Is what we're
Exactly.
If that's what the DM wants, then that's what the DM wants.
He's begging us to.
You guys must get high somehow.
Wonderful. All right. So
Yeah,
we
we-
see,
Sorry.
yeah, we have in the back there was these tall funguses. The colors are actually pretty drab colored, but you've never seen something like we're talking like 12 feet tall, just tall enough that you think if the stalks are hollow, you could definitely use it. So yeah, it's creative, and I think it's worth a shot. So I think it's going to be fragile. I think it'll be, you got to be careful because it's just a fungus, right? So it's as you walk, if you walk too swiftly or if you stumble, you definitely break that stalk, and you're going to be sucking in straight pollen. Interesting. So let's
then
see if we
maybe
can.
we'll have a chance to like put a mask on.
Right.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
Like let's definitely use it
love
as an
it.
asset for sure.
Love it,
Only
yeah.
if it fails you, do we need to worry about the other parts? But let's first of all figure out if you can harvest them, and let's see if there's enough that you can harvest one for each member. So who's going to do my harvesting?
Probably Jericho with his axe, right? I feel like that's prime.
That makes sense.
So
can do a
I'm
great-
thinking a fragile stock here. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
this
thinking,
would be. I'm thinking like survival.
I'm a great survivalist. It's
I'd be down for that for sure.
it's my
Sleight of
highest
hand.
ability.
Nice.
Crush it. Yes, crush it,
Can we do
Theodora.
so Theodora, how many are you rolling first of all?
I have 6.
Okay, so let's say you get 2 for every 6 you get. Okay, so every
Okay.
success will give you 2. Does that seem fair?
I think that's very fair. All right.
Oh,
I only have 3d6s, so I'm going to roll 2 batches. No 6s in that batch.
Oh no.
any ones?
Nope.
Okay.
No 6s and no 1s.
Oh no.
Jeez.
So unfortunately, as you go back to the
Push for
funguses that you
one.
thought would be a great
man.
option, you see that there's holes perforated all the way through them from where slugs have been devouring these mushrooms. Great idea, but unfortunately, just not viable for this unless
Thanks
you can
a
come up
lot,
with
Theodora.
you can come up
It's
with a
the
way to
slugs.
hatch them, or some other thing that you can use to be your breathing apparatus.
Just our luck. Do you think these will still work, Finnegan?
I don't think with the holes like that. No, and
They make
unless
great
we could
instruments,
make
though.
a
If you blow into them, they have a really nice
Tweedly-tweedle.
twiddly-doo. And you can
Tree sap.
call a chocobo if you play it right. So,
Ooh.
I do
We'll
like
just ride
chocobo.
those across.
Are those native to
Just
the
like
oh, well,
lay down on
Yeah.
him, give him a slap on the tush, and by the time we're across, we'll wake up.
that's so good.
Hey, what about tree sap? Perhaps we could gather some sap from one of these local aspens.
For sure. There's some resin you saw for sure spewing from some of these sick old trees. Maybe you could make a pitch from it, combine a little bit of wood shavings into it and make it basically a gum to patch up these holes.
That's
I want
smart.
to push my roll. I think I'm going to try and find some more mushrooms that aren't slug infested.
Slug-free mushrooms.
Wonderful. Let's do it.
Slug-free
can
mushrooms.
I aid her in some way? What's your pride, by the way, darling?
My pride is demons instinctively fear me.
Maybe these are fungi demons.
Maybe the
slugs?
slugs are demons. So I didn't get any ones, right? So I don't have
No.
any
Banes.
bane yet.
Can I aid in any way?
I can't think of a
Brr.
way that you would aid.
Well, I mean, I could help her identify. Yeah, no, okay.
Watch out for that slug. There's one.
Don't do it.
Don't use
Okay.
these mushrooms, just little tiny ones.
I rolled
No
a
good.
1 and a 6,
Okay.
Hey, okay.
and 2 6s and a 1.
Okay, so we're
Alright,
saying we
alright,
have
alright.
enough here. We have enough mushrooms, one for each of you.
Yay.
However, one of the mushrooms that you found, you can see it's gone a little bit past, and it's particularly soft. So there's definitely a risk associated with this one.
Okay.
You're not sure if you use it, if it's going to, at any time, it could give out for sure.
All right, I seem to have found some that we can use. This one is a little soft, maybe on the smaller side, but I think it should hold. Are we ready?
All right. I mean, we
Let's
want
do this.
one for each of us, don't we?
Yeah, so there's 4. I got 4.
Yeah, but are they all patched now?
I found 4 good ones,
Oh, okay.
So
but
we can
one of
use
them
these
is
as-
a little bit less good. It's a little
all right.
It's
squishy.
sad.
I'll take the squishy one. I
Okay.
believe I can hold my breath.
Okay, so here's what we're going to
Jericho's
do.
like, I'm gonna prove it. Okay, I'm gonna hang back with Jericho.
My
though.
mushroom broke.
I'm gonna hang out with Jericho because if he goes down, I got that poison, sleeping poison resistance or whatever
Oh,
that
nice,
I'll
nice.
stab into your arm before we make a break for it.
Oh, it's a syringe.
Plus, we all got a mask in our pocket. I got one of the
only
unsullied
3.
masks.
and one of them is broken.
Yeah, but we still have no. One of them wasn't broken. It was just weaker. It was homemade. And then we have 2 good professional masks. Okay, here's a good question. Is this going to be an agility? Like we would know,
Yeah,
like
so
walking.
basically how I'm going to make it happen is as you're moving through this, it's going to be move challenges as you go through. And there's a certain amount of successes you need to get to try, get across. Your assets that we have here, the masks and the mushrooms, each have its own breaking point, basically, right? So the good mask can take in a certain amount of pollen before they get too clogged. They're not good. The little bit wounded mask is a little bit less. And the mushrooms, most of them are similar to the wounded mask, and one's a little bit less still. So as you fail, I'm going to subtract that from basically the hit points of these masks or the hit points of your mushrooms. Eventually those will go away, and if you've made enough successes, you've made it past. You get the idea? So
Yeah.
those good masks have we're just going to let you know because you can help me keep track a little bit, have a hit points of value of 3. The wounded mask is a hit point of value of 2, and so you have 3 mushrooms also at 2 and 1 mushroom at 1. Okay, so 2 3s, 1 2 3 4 2s and a 1. So these are things that you can subtract from, right? So if you find that your mask is broken, completely clogged, then we need to switch it up. Okay?
Sounds good.
Got it.
If so I'm going to take one of the good masks and one of the good mushrooms because my move is nothing. So it's just 3 is my agility. Does
Right.
anyone have low?
I also have agility 3 for a move. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm at 4.
Okay, and
I've got
I don't
4.
know how this math. I hope it's not going to be too punitive, but my thinking was you're going to have to score. I don't want to give you too much away, but there's a number that I'm looking for each person to get a success. So we're saying move amounts, right?
Chris has got internal mechanics, and his fate is
Yeah.
in our hands. Let's
And
fucking
I'm
run
worried
for
that
it.
it's
love
going
it.
to be too punitive, and it might be
go.
because I know this game is. But
Then we're all
Well,
just gonna die, and it's
so- well,
fine.
No,
I
you know
have a
what?
question.
You
And
guys
it's
have
the
so much
ending.
on your sides here, right? Like you have enough that someone's probably going to be able to lug someone across with some disadvantage. We'll probably get across, but you never know. You never know, and that's what's fun
no.
about RPGs.
Yeah.
I would like to know about endurance. Can I, in some way, use my stacked endurance to benefit me?
You know
through
what?
this
I
time?
think if you got to the point where you were carrying somebody, or if you were, you could definitely do that. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense. If someone falls down, I'm going to be allow you to have your endurance to offset the weight of the person and be able to just trudge through. Does that work?
Right. Yep.
Yeah, I think you definitely should get an asset, but again, the distance isn't ridiculously far in order to make everybody else roll endurance checks.
Cool.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So who would like to embark first? So again, let's decide this. So Finn's got 3.
Well, actually, I'm gonna maybe see if I can't use one of my other skills. Because I have adaptive
Yeah.
as
I think
I'm a
we all
human.
do.
So humans are new to the Forbidden Lands, blah, 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 blah. If you
Right.
spend a willpower point when you're about to roll a skill, you can roll for any skill of your choice to achieve the same result. However, you must be able to motivate how you use the chosen skill, and the GM has obviously his final say. I mean, put it this way. Are you going to flat out say no, or should I try to make a case for one of these?
Let's hear it. I want to hear what you say.
I don't know. I haven't thought of any.
Okay. Well, then I'll say
just-
no until you come up with one. Right? Like, I mean, I think you could. I knowing you, Harlan, you could come up with a way to make your skill work.
I could manipulate the poppies. No, I mean, honestly, a lot of these don't really. I mean,
Well, I was thinking you would do something like an encouraging speech or something like to motivate
Yeah.
yourselves, like something like that. I'd probably say, you know what, you.
Oh, really?
Careful strategize. Watch your step there. I can see.
you know
some
what?
bones.
You're right, Chris. I will do that.
You
Great
can do
call.
this,
Okay,
Harlan. I feel
I'll
like
use
I'm just
manipulation
an
empathy.
encouraging
You've convinced me. Cool. So
How-
I'm gonna roll.
How are you going to do manipulation?
You just told me how.
Damn it. It's not good enough. Now that comes
You
out of your
just
mouth,
did
doesn't-
it. How is
now
it
that comes
not
out of
good
your mouth,
enough?
it doesn't feel right.
you used it as an example.
Kidding,
You can't
yes. Okay,
backtrack.
but describe it for me. Make it sound nice to me.
Yeah. So Finnegan.
Sell me.
Tell
on
it to him
Harlan.
nice.
Yeah, Finnegan stands upon one of the flatter rocks that we were using sort of as a stool around our campsite, and he clears his throat. Listen, this field behind us, it seems impassable. We all fear that from the moment we saw it. But I promise you, if anything about this new land has taught us something, it's that we, as a team, as friends, as a family, we can overcome any adversity that stands in our way. And he looks at each of them and says, Jericho, you have the strength and perseverance to push through no matter what. Wharton, you have the heart of a lion to step away from your family. Nothing can get in your way. Theodora, you have the calm and charm of someone who knows how to strike at the heart of every problem, with her bow or with her wit. Together, we may not be able to conquer everything, but together we can conquer this. Here, and he puts his hand in and he says, with me, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Huzzah! He just says.
Huzzah!
Does that count as your manipulation?
No, I won't accept it. Yeah, so definitely not gonna say you can do it for the whole thing, but definitely for your first roll, you feel encouraged and you can use your manipulation
sure.
to get through.
I
Yeah,
can use
it's a stretch, Harlan, but I liked it.
It loses effect as we.
Don't you think? Like,
You gave the example. I agree.
and I want to
but you-
encourage you. I want to encourage you. Yeah, good.
I want to encourage you, but also not too much.
Not too much.
So I
So-
did a little bit of points for the masks and the mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 3 of us can have 4 points worth, and 1 of us can have 3 points, and that'll use up all of our stuff.
That's a good
And
idea.
those are basically like if we fail one of our checks, we lose a point.
If you got any Bane, so automatically if you fail a check, you're going to lose points to it.
Okay.
But any Bane on top of that will also lose your points.
Okay.
In addition, you need to score a certain amount of points as successes across this field.
Okay.
Because you got to make the distance, right?
All right. All right, so
Thing-
Finnegan will turn around and cross first, or enter.
So are you taking 4 points worth of stuff?
I'll take whatever's fair. Yeah, 4, sure.
Great. You can take one of the best masks. That's 3 points.
one of the
and the
crappiest mushrooms.
shittiest mushroom.
Cool, that's what I do. So I walk in. On my first roll, I got no 1s, and I got 2 6s.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you definitely got a success there. So
So I'm going to keep it. But then I lose the mushroom?
no, it's still good. So no,
Okay.
because you got 1s, right?
I got no 1s, and I got 2 successes.
Then no, there's nothing. Your mushroom. So Finnegan, basically, as you walk through, you're walking slowly. You're choosing not to go at a quick pace. You're figuring if I can do this, smoothly, I can protect the mushroom without breaking. So he's got this really long mushroom pipe, basically going up above, almost to the height of where these floating balloons are. And you're very carefully stepping over the skeletons that are definitely tripping hazards as you're going through it. And it's your eyes are actually watering a little going through the mist of pollen that's there, but it's not seeming to stop you.
I'm
And
just
you're
so happy.
it's working. Cool.
Cool.
All right, who's next?
What
I-
order do you want to do it in?
I want Wharton to go last in case anybody falls. I think Wharton's the best to just grab him and move.
Well, then let Jericho next, because then I can run back and stab you with a needle if you pass out.
Perfect.
So who's taking the least number of things point-wise?
I think Jericho, right?
Yeah, I can take the
Okay.
least.
So you'll take a mask that's worth 3, and that's it.
Okay. So Jericho puts on the mask.
No one cared until you put on the
And-
mask.
Holds his breath and
Can Jericho try to make it like
fucking just
without breathing, like
You're gonna
with
do
the
an
mask?
endurance check though.
But so that
entirely.
because the mask gets all gummed up when it's being used, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm not breathing through it,
Mm-hmm.
then it would hold that I would get.
If you fail a round, you're taking damage, like you're gonna pass out without a mask. So
But no, I'm gonna have the mask on, but I'm just not gonna breathe in it. Because it's the breathing in and out that's gonna fog up the filter.
Justin's
If I
trying to
hold my breath
logic
while
his
wearing
way
the
out of
mask,
the game.
I'm gonna think about this for a second. You have the
It's gonna
mask
get
on.
more.
You're
Oh,
not
then I would
breathing
have done that
through it.
too.
As
That's
you,
what you
if
get for telling
fail,
us too much.
You
Yeah.
breathe in, clogs it up.
But I guess I'm gonna have to breathe in the same amount when I do have to take a breath. It's just gonna be more.
He's just never going to breathe again.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Never
say
gonna
no.
breathe
We're just gonna
again,
say no
never
for the
gonna,
mechanics of
never
this.
gonna
If you're
breathe
wearing the
again, never
mask,
gonna.
you're gonna be breathing with it.
Well, you know what the weird thing about
Here's
this
how
is
it works,
anyway-
Harlan. Justin, these masks, they're not like the ones that we're used to in our world.
Oh, I
In
see.
this
Okay.
world, it actually sends like something down your throat into your lungs, so you have to engage with it.
Ew.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it's weird. Yeah, and it feels
It's
like
like
it's sexual.
getting
the way it does
intubated?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
This mask is fucking your face.
I'm gonna get to the other
Oh.
side, pull out a cigarette afterwards, and
Yeah.
be very
I want to go
satisfied.
back in there, guys.
The mask was so good.
So dangerous.
Yeah,
All right,
Jericho,
well, in
why are
that
you still
case-
wearing your mask? No reason.
I'm gonna do a classic move, and I'm going to use nothing. I'm just gonna make it happen. I don't think I can convince Chris to let me use melee on this. No, I'm gonna use my mask, but
Okay, you got your mask on. I was like,
Yeah, I've got
okay, I
the
guess
mask.
Jericho's gonna be knocked out, and you're just gonna carry him back because you're so far close in. All right.
here we go. That's 0 successes, 0
Okay.
fails.
So we automatically consider that a fail against your overall successes, but it's not at this point gonna injure your mask per se. It just is you're not being successful. You know what I mean?
Can I push it?
Yes. But
Can you push it?
you will automatically injure your mask 1 point.
Oh, by pushing?
Yeah, because you automatically get a
okay.
Bane with that.
Oh, never mind then. I won't push.
All right, so Justin has failed once. Okay. All right, so
Did he
we're
hold
at,
his breath? He should have done it.
who's next?
I think it goes to
It's
Theodora.
me. I'm gonna go.
Oh.
So I'm. What?
So Jericho, you had your mask on. I just want to do a little cinematic here. Jericho had his mask on, and the masks. Which mask do you have on? A good one, or one of the?
Yeah, I've got a good one. Yeah.
So unfortunately, the mask.
It
You're such a
goes-
big
it's-
person. It doesn't fit you well, and it actually makes your vision hard to see.
Yeah.
And as
The
you're
throat piece is too girthy.
yeah, and as you're walking through this.
Gross.
No, the throat piece is too narrow, and you can breathe
narrow.
air around it.
The uvulas really
Oh, there we go.
uncomfortable. You start walking
You
a
just
little
start
bit
swallowing it.
off the straight path. And you actually have to get the others to correct you. They say, hey, this way, Jericho, listen to my voice. All right,
Okay.
Theodora.
I've got 2 different mushrooms.
You can't use both.
No, so I've got one mushroom that I'm going to use until it breaks, and then I'm carrying the other mushroom that I'm going to use.
It's like a backup mushroom.
All right.
Backup
Balancing it.
mushroom.
Okay, Theodora, let's see how you do.
If you keep them both high, okay.
You're gonna be great. This is great. This is good.
My question is with the other mushroom, okay?
My
you'd have
question
to
is, what are these people
you'd have to
looking
clog
at?
the bottom end. So that,
I would.
Okay, cool.
It's
So,
all over.
how did you
You
clog
just
the
keep
bottom
giving us
end?
the answers.
How did you clog it?
With my thumbs.
With your thumbs? Okay, so you're walking like this. All right, cool.
These people on stilts are like, what the fuck are they doing?
Oh,
Why are they putting those dick mushrooms in their mouths? Or dick masks?
So I
Don't
suck
think
on the
that's where-
tip of the mushroom.
The weird dog creatures used to go to the washroom.
Theodora, don't lick it!
Eh?
Stop licking the tip! Just put it in your mouth!
All right, Theodora, let's hear. Let's have you roll.
All right. I'm gonna take a leaf out of Harlan's book. I'm gonna use my kin talent, adaptive.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend a willpower point.
What
Bleep.
PP?
And I am going to, with your consent, Chris, I'm going to motivate you about how I'm going to choose this skill. I'm going to use my survival skills. And by using my knowledge of terrain and the observations that I've made so far by hanging out for this, the whole afternoon that we spent just chatting around the fire, looking at the field and the skeletons, I kind of know where the depressions in the land are based on the height of the plants, how like high they've grown.
Yeah.
So I'm able to
Find the
accurately
eddies in the wind, sort of. Right?
navigate
And
the terrain.
Sure. No, I like this. So there's actually a slight breeze.
There's no Twains around here. I don't know what you're talking about. We're not even near Twain Twax.
There's a slight breeze, and you notice that the terrain does create these eddies in the wind. And if you kind of stay in those, you can see the density of the. I'm really
Yeah.
grasping
Eddie!
at straws here. You can find the densities a little less. Let's
Grasping
roll
at
for it,
mushroom
Joe.
straws. All right, I'm going to. So I'm going to roll.
Grasping at mushroom straws. That's good.
Oh no, I rolled a 1.
Uh-oh.
And 2 6s.
All right, so
Hey!
definitely a success, but we're going to take 1 damage point to your first straw.
No!
Oh.
My
Finn's just going to be
straw!
over there, and he's going to be like, oh, I guess they never made it.
All right, James.
All right.
So you have a mask that's worth 2 and a mushroom that's worth 2.
I'm not keeping track of the damage to your stuff anymore. Do I have to?
That's why
You
I
guys
told
gonna-
Joe
everyone.
is.
You're gonna be
And
honest?
she'll cheat, don't worry.
Cool.
Oh, I told everyone what they had and I stopped keeping track.
Oh.
So everyone else is in charge of that now.
Yeah, I'm keeping track.
Yeah, I think Joe's is the only one that's taken any damage, anyways, thus far.
so far.
Correct.
James,
Okay. Yes. Hello.
how is Warden?
Formal.
So
Oh,
with your description of having like the tube into the lungs, I think it makes more sense to have that one first, because if I have to spend time shoving a tube down my throat, that seems like it's gonna
You
take
gotta get into
longer.
the right
Just relax
position
your
for
throat.
it, too.
Just relax.
Just
your throat.
accept it. It's going to be so much easier if you just let it happen.
You just see Wharton puking on the side. I can't do it, guys. I can't.
My gag reflex, guys. It's too sensitive.
So I think I'm
You
gonna
get
start with
used
the
to it,
mask.
Warden.
And then I have I'm holding my tube and my hands just kind of plugging the bottom,
as I'm walking forward. I'm just gonna go straight move. I don't think I can do anything to convince you to use something
Thank you.
else.
I do appreciate that, James, because it's really grasping at mushroom straws, me trying to make all these things work. So let's do a move here. This works.
Okay.
You gave me motivation. That was all you.
Next round, he's going to use his pride to do it.
I will.
Well, I got a 1.
No successes and a 1?
No
boy.
successes and a 1.
Okay, so your mask, as you're walking through, which mask do you have on? Are you using the tube, a mushroom?
He's using the gagging mask.
Oh, cool. One of the repaired ones?
The 2
or?
ones.
Yeah.
One of the ones that's worth 2.
So as you're using this mask, you can feel it getting harder and harder to breathe a little bit. It's hard to inhale, and you're pulling air as hard as you can, and it's just not staying consistent. It is getting harder. So it's definitely going to take 1 point of damage to that.
Yep.
And are you pushing at all?
If I push, it's going to take another damage, right?
It could. You automatically get
roll
1 point of damage because you got a 1. If you're going to actually push it further and you get more 1s, yes. But you have the chance of getting a success this round, right? You didn't get any 6s?
Right.
So as
Fuck
a
it,
round...
I'm pushing.
Yeah,
Pushing's
okay.
exciting. I'm doing it for the listener. Viewer, it's exciting more this way. No!
Oh no!
Any more 1s?
No. So I reroll only the things that didn't have a 1, right? Yeah. So I got a 5 and 2 3s.
Okay, so no more Bane, but we're going to say you have no successes that round.
Okay.
Back to you. So you can hear Wharton kind of really, sucking air back there. Trying. Sounds like Darth Vader back there.
Theodora is
Finn.
behind you.
Yeah.
What are you going to do now?
I can't use my
Jericho
thing
or
again, right?
Just
No.
bumping into each other.
Can't use my willpower point. So I guess this is all up to the dice. I got a 6 and I got a 1.
All right, so your mask takes some damage,
Correct.
starting to clog up.
So my
but-
mushroom pops and I throw on the mask. We'll say that. And I'll just drop the mushroom because it only had 1 point anyway.
Yeah. The I guess the resin that you clog these holes with starts deteriorating in the mist itself and drops down. And realize it's not working anymore.
And I run now.
Cool. We're on to you, Justin.
All right. Jericho regains his bearings, and he's going to try to move again. 4 die. That's 0 successes. So I'm not doing no fails either. So I'm just walking.
We're bad at running.
2 5s, 2 3s.
Yeah, you're panicking a little bit. You don't like this whole space. It's harder to see than you thought it would be, and those creatures that are harvesting are unnerving for sure as they walk in front of you.
At least my mask is still holding strong.
It is. All right, Joe.
Or should I say?
I was joking. It doesn't go down your throat. That was just the.
I think it does.
Okay.
The way Jericho wears it, it does.
It doesn't
That was
need
the
to.
whole idea.
It doesn't need
That was
to.
a custom add-on for Jericho.
That's right.
Just his mask.
Oh yeah, this one's yours, Jericho.
Oh, we got the wrong mask.
It's like part ball gag, part
It's a
breathing
ball gag.
apparatus.
All right.
Yeah,
Theodora.
sorry. I'm just going to straight up run at this point, so I'm only rolling 3 dice.
Running
now.
was an option?
No, I mean,
I know, I'm just kidding.
I'm breathing through my damaged mushroom.
It'd be funny if Chris was like,
2 6s
well,
and
none
no
of you ran,
ones.
so obviously you had to
Nice.
do multiple 6s.
2 6s and what?
And no ones.
Oh, cool. So
Nice.
this round went very well for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're kind of getting your stride, maybe, as you're,
Oh, yeah.
you're walking. No problem. You're
Yeah.
realizing that's not about speed; it's about balance. Or
Zipping
no, you like.
through the field. I'm like dodging these pickers.
For the record,
Well-
Harlan's at 2 successes. Justin's at none. James is at none. Joe's at 2.
Well-
but James is up next.
I'm at 4. I got
Oh.
2 the first one.
We're only doing it by round as far as the successes.
Oh, then
going.
correct,
Sorry.
yeah. Because I was going to say, I got 2 successes the first round as well, but
Got it.
just counting it that way.
All
Sorry,
right.
guys.
Wharton continues to try and move.
Do or do not, there is no try, Warden.
Okay,
That's
a
Jericho.
1 and no 6s. I'm gonna push. And that's a not good. I got another 1, so 2 failures.
No.
All right. Is that destroy your mask, we'll assume?
I believe so. Yes.
And I think it actually takes...
So the push is going to take 1 off of my mushroom too.
Right. So you immediately switch over. It clogs up. The filters are, you can't even pull any air through it. So you rip your mask off, I guess, and switch over. How's Wharton feeling about this?
Wharton's nervous. Chris, can you kind of describe what's going on with Jericho and I? Because we haven't had any successes.
So
moving
as
forward.
you guys
are we more on the are we just on the edge of
you're
the
not
poppy
making
field?
yeah, it's you're not even you're in a few feet, obviously. You're making headway a little bit, but it's not at the same pace that you see Theodore and Finn, and you're suffering. You're feeling they're getting ahead of you further and further,
yeah.
right? And it's you're falling behind as you're getting disoriented. Jericho's getting disoriented, and Wharton, you're having no luck with these masks, and things are breaking down on you. So as you're being forced to switch things off, put masks on, try to adjust them, you're not making headway. So Theodora and Finn are now stuck. Now, that makes an interesting point. I think Finn and Theodora could actually sacrifice maybe a round if they wanted to support their friends getting through, not make headway on a round, but actually add assets to their roles. I think that would be a cool mechanic to add in here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to do it, so. The best thing I can do right now, and this is true in any situation that has a similar feel here, is to get to the other side, because who knows what could be there that could aid. You know what I mean? For me to go back and sacrifice myself is...
There's just a bunch of those balloons just sitting
You know what I mean? But for real, though, and it's funny because this sort of has echoes of survival situations where, the instinct is to go back for your friends, but if it's something that has a possible respite, always try to push through, because you could find something that could help you, and ultimately it's like putting on your mask before helping your child type thing in the plane.
Yeah, you're supposed to rip your child's one and use both, right?
Oh, you take
one
all
for
the
each
oxygen.
nostril.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Or
and make
you were
sure you
gonna say
push your
something
child
there.
somewhere.
What were
Kids
you gonna
actually
say?
don't use oxygen to breathe.
No,
That's
they
true.
live on sugar.
Fun fact.
Horror movies. Go ahead, Warden.
So if we're just right on the edge, how far does it look like Finnegan and Theodore have gone? Right, because we have this big.
Could you turn
thing of-
back? Is what you're asking?
Yes, because what Wharton is worried about is if him and Jericho haven't even really begun to get through. In Wharton's mind, there's no chance, and it's going to be better for us to get back outside and try another way to boost our resources to try and go through again.
That's smart.
Because the question I'm kind of having is, because we have this big hill, right? The sweeping hill that comes up and it crests, and we don't know what's over the crest.
Yeah.
How
Let's put it this way: you can
close
see
are
that
Finn
Harlan and Joe are
Yeah.
almost halfway to the crest.
Whoa. Finn and Theodora.
Yes,
I'm in character
Theodora
here.
and Finn. I'm sorry.
Okay, so with that, if I can still do some stuff, I want to try and I'm assuming Jericho and I are kind of near each other. I'm gonna try and just signal at Jericho, and I'm gonna point back to the edge of the poppy fields, and I'm gonna turn around.
Okay. On your next round, we'll have you be able to move out. If you,
Okay.
I'm going to actually make it so you actually have to move through it
Yeah.
still.
Oh yeah.
You have to have a
absolutely.
success to get out.
Yeah.
But your choice is to not go further. You have to get out. Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna do it. Not with the way I'm rolling tonight.
Okay. All right. We're back at Harlan for a third round of this.
Finn.
Sorry, Finn.
That's okay. All right, here we go. 6 and a 1.
Nice.
Nice. So some more damage is done to your
Yeah.
whatever it is. Are you using a
I got
mask
2
now?
uses left on my mask. But I've had now 3 successes.
How many failures have you had? Just the one?
2.
So your mask probably started with 3 total, right? So you now have 1 more use.
No, I had the mushroom and the mask.
Oh,
Remember
the
she said
mushroom's
everyone's
gone?
had 4?
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, it's starting to clog on you, but you're definitely making headway. And you see, as from your new vantage point, that you can actually see what looks like a spire, like the tip of a spire, just peeking over the crest of the hill. There's a building on the other side.
Cool.
Justin.
Jericho sees Wharton's signal, and he's going to try to move back out of the field. He actually looks over and he sees their campfire embers just right there.
like 5 steps. Oh, we're right there. Oh, we didn't go anywhere. Fuck.
I'm
Zero
out of here.
successes and 0 fails.
Oh my gosh.
So you're starting to panic, Jericho.
2, 3, 4, and 5.
You're panicking. What's going on in Jericho's mind? Because you're not making any success either way now.
Am I panicking though? I don't think I'm panicking. My
So what's
mask
happening?
still
Why
is
are-
working fine?
Then why aren't you moving? You tell me. Because
think
I roll
I'm
like
just-
shit, Mr. Charbonneau. Yeah.
That's
anyways.
why. This is just a random mechanic. No,
Mr.
Sorry, that's so used to it.
that's
My students always tell me
speech.
they're rolling like shit.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jericho is just like getting frustrated. He's like, why can't I make any gosh darn headway in this gosh darn poppy field?
There's a little bit. Yeah. How about there's like a little
Sounds a
leak
lot more proper now.
in your
He's
mask?
proper
There's
British.
like a tiny leak
he gets
in your
proper
mask.
When he's
reason.
angry, he's posh.
A little
Why
leak is
did I-
actually having the opium, and everything's like wobbling on you, and you're like,
Oh no.
Oh no, you're high as fuck.
you're having a hard time understanding how long you've been in the field, maybe.
But not mechanically.
Not mechanically,
Because
just
mechanically,
thematically.
I haven't lost any points. I'm proud of that fact.
That's right. I mean, yeah, but you could still be in the problem here, right? If we get to a certain point, you could be trapped here. So we'll see what happens. Joe,
All right. I'm going to keep running.
running, running.
I'm glad
And
we
the
all went
bass
there.
keeps boom, boom, boom.
boom, boom, boom.
One failure.
Oh no.
So my mushroom breaks.
That's here. That's
Throw
really
it to the
painful.
side. And I start sucking on my other mushroom.
And we all look back. Why is Theodora sucking on that mushroom?
Dumb, stupid show. So that's what I do.
All right, James. James, you decided to go back. How are
I
you
need to
going-
roll for it, right?
Yeah, let's figure that one out.
Okay.
Oh, hi, Uncle
Run
Rob,
away.
if you're watching.
Run away, run
It must be
away.
awkward.
Oh, I forgot your Uncle Rob
Yeah,
watched one or two. Yeah,
We just
that's
went
fun.
to a family gathering, and he was like, "It's Harlan! Hey guys, I watched your stream." And I was like, "Uncle Rob, really?"
Oh, he said he saw it once or twice. I'm guessing it was on Facebook or something like
We'll
that. If
see.
you are watching, Rob, let us know. If not,
Play the music.
You know.
Well then,
if not,
All right, Wharton.
Wharton's panicking. He's not sure what else to do. He really just wants to get out of this and like have a good think at the fire and figure this out. So he's just gonna keep trying to move out.
dun, 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 dun,
One success, one failure.
Hey,
All right.
nice.
So how's your mask doing, or your?
I'm out. That
Okay.
takes me to 0 on both things.
So you describe it. You
These
get
masks.
out.
I feel like
but you
this is
don't
some
have anything
pro
else. How do you get out?
mask
As it
mandate shit.
fails you.
So it's my mushroom, and I think as I get all the way out, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm moving with my mushroom, and I think as I start to get closer to the edge, I start to panic a little bit more, and I can feel my mushroom kind of start to wobble a bit, and I take a step. I take a step too quickly, and the whole thing just kind of collapses in on itself. It just kind of
no.
falls in half, like there was a weak spot in it,
Post
and it-
coitus, like
yeah, it just flops over like a full 180 degrees, and now it's just like this closed tube. There's no air able to move through there, and I just bolt it to the edge.
Yeah, and you hold your breath as you go because you have to. You just manage to get out before you have to take a gasping breath on the other side. And you can see the other companions, and Finn and Theodora are deep into the field, and you can see they're getting close. They're climbing their way up that hill, and Jericho seems to be
Right there.
so close, so close, but at the same time, a breath away. Good. Okay,
If
so
we
James is out.
had a discussion earlier about how we thought this was going to go, I would
Yeah,
Definitely
I
have
wouldn't have bet on
considered it
this.
the
You know
other
what?
way around.
I'm happy with the mechanics so far. It's actually not been too punitive, so I'm okay with it so far.
Too punitive. Half of us are going back.
You're
One's
doing
going
well.
back.
You're doing well.
No one's died yet, Harlan.
Yeah, this is
Yet.
You and I
working.
have very different measures for challenges.
I know. I'm happy with it, though. It feels like it's achievable, but also challenging. So
Cool.
We're back
Okay.
at the top of the round, and Harlan, you definitely are noticing you're more than halfway through as you go.
I'm more than halfway.
Oh yeah.
But
You've had 3
I'm
successes.
assuming like one more roll and I'm out.
Nope, not one more.
This is ridiculous.
So ridiculous.
I got a 6 and a 1, so I succeed and I lose. So I have one thing left on my mask.
You're
You make
gonna
it to
fucking die next
You
turn.
make it to the top of the crest, and you see the end of the poppies.
Yeah.
And you definitely can get there in one more round if you're moving at the pace you're going. And
gonna
there,
make it.
beyond the field, there is this massive structure. It is
Yeah.
a walled building, big buildings towering over this 30-foot wall. And you can see these buttresses holding up the wall on either side. And it looks like a Gothic style building. And you can see a massive door that ends the path that you've been following. So you feel like if you can just make it one more round, you'll be able to get out of this.
Cool.
Justin, Jericho.
He's just gonna chill.
Jericho is going to try one more time to move. Just a couple steps. Reorients himself.
Chilling.
He got a 6! He got a 6!
Nice.
And no fails.
How do you explain that? How do you manage to get out?
I just kind of calm myself. Just breathe. You're fine. The opium is having its effect.
There's like a skeleton on the ground beside you that you're just like fixated on
Like
for
talking
like
to it?
35 seconds.
Steve,
Wait
listen.
that way, buddy.
Yes.
Relax and do it. It's okay. And then I look up and I see that I'm actually out. I've wandered out. Just on my own.
And you see Warren there, kind of like, I guess maybe sitting on the edge, just kind of little.
Yeah, like
How are you feeling?
I'm sitting down, my arms are back, and I'm just like, so Jericho, what the fuck do we do now?
Well, I think that we might just have to wait. Hopefully, the others will make it through to the other side, and they'll be able to come back for us. The good news is that we still have a working mask, and I hold over this thing that's just like
Got a little spit on
covered
it.
in slobber.
Good.
Between the two of us, we might be able to make it through if we need to. If we share it
Just
back and forth.
pass it back and forth.
ASMR is too much.
What has happened? All right.
Maybe if it's long enough, we can thread it out of one of my other holes and into you.
Oh,
No,
too
no.
far. All right, we're going. Theodora.
All right, I've got a mushroom with 2 hit points left, so here I go. I'm gonna run my best and my fastest, and I fail once and I don't succeed at all.
Oh no.
So
Shit.
All right,
I've
so-
got 1 use left on my mushroom.
Cool. You're gonna push it or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna push it real good.
Push it.
Wait, I can't roll that one. Nope, no additional successes
Any
or
more
failures.
Okay. Worth it then.
Yeah.
But
Face.
if you lose your last hit point, does she get to hold her breath and run?
If
Like,
that's the
if
case,
all
then
your
we all
master-
should just do
Yeah,
that.
if all your stuff is done, are you automatically taking a breath? No, I think it's on your next round.
Can you use endurance to not get drugged
Ooh.
fastly?
You just really want to use endurance.
Let's
do wanna
cross
use
that
endurance.
bridge.
I
when
have
we
good
get past the first 5
insurance.
feet, Jericho.
You got Poppy insurance?
That's right here in my claim.
Sorry, doctor.
Do you
the
have
reason
poppy
I'm coming to see you
insurance?
today-
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens when we get there, Justin.
We'll cross that poppy field when it
Yeah,
gets
I'm
to
just
it.
like
Yeah,
Justin.
there it is.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You got 5 feet in, panicked. And
Yeah.
walked out, so.
I mean, if I'd used my own plan, I didn't use this stupid mask and try to run.
All
My
right.
least effective
James,
skill.
are you gonna try to do anything, or are you gonna chill?
Yeah. I mean, I think at this point, Wharton and Jericho need to just kind of brainstorm on stuff. I think until then, we're just watching Finn and Theodora go across and like, well, I sure hope they make it, because if they go
They
down,
enjoy their new life.
well, we'll get to them eventually. Just try and remember where they are in case they drop, so we can go past them once we
Right.
figure out how to do this.
Indeed.
All right, Finn. Almost there.
All right.
on,
Well, can I? If you said if the mask fails, you can just hold your breath and run.
Yeah.
Can I just hold my breath and run?
But the mask
Oh, I see what you're
still will take damage.
Yeah, but what do I care? It's
If
only
you're
one more
holding your
run.
breath and run, my thinking on this was that if you're not wearing a mask, you're doing an endurance check, basically, right? But you could still fail an endurance check. Right. So at this one, you want to do endurance instead of move.
Oh no. Well, I guess I'll use move then. If the mask fails, it fails.
Yeah, and he's got 2 rounds, kind of.
6 and no ones, so perfect.
Hell yeah.
So Finn,
Finn walks
made it
out and
through.
he's like, "That was rather easy. I wonder how the others are faring." And he turns around and sees like Wharton running back and Jericho turning in a circle and Theodora like clobbering this thing. And he's like, "Oh, I guess it wasn't that easy."
all right, Joe, Finn, Theodora's gonna try to keep going.
Here we go. Oh, so I got a success
Nice.
and a failure.
Oh
So
Alright,
my
so-
mushroom breaks.
no.
And you're switching
And-
over to.
Nothing. I have nothing.
Okay,
But I
so
succeeded.
You have 2 rounds, you. Let's put it this way. Let's go into endurance now. So now you're holding your breath to see if you can make it through.
Great. My endurance is much better. I can roll 5 dice instead of 3.
Ooh, this is very actually thematic. If this doesn't work out in a weird way, but I don't want it to not wake. I'm just saying.
Let's
yeah.
see. I'm ready.
You got this.
Do I just
Oh,
go
I guess
again?
Yep.
Because
Right
I'm
now or next
Harlan's out, right?
Harlan's
I'm
out.
gonna-
Harlan, yeah, I mean,
All right, so I'm
Finn.
gonna- Finn
I know
is
I'm
out.
playing the character well, but come on.
Okay. So with my endurance round,
Wait, I thought you already rolled. So she just rolls again?
because
she's the
everyone
only
else
one in the
is
poppy.
safe on the
Oh,
other
that's
side.
right. Yeah.
So I got 1 success on my
Okay.
next set.
so again, you can see that you can make it out if you can just hold your breath that same distance again. It's getting hard, but you feel like if you can make it past this point.
Hold on. I don't understand. So now, because you're not using the tools, you can roll endurance?
That's right.
But isn't that what Jericho wanted to do the whole time?
However, if you fail with endurance, you pass out.
But how many would you be rolling with endurance, Jericho?
So Jericho,
8. So that would have been
Jericho can
so
still
much
try that.
smarter.
But
Yeah,
if he
because
fails once, he passes out.
Oh, like
So
if
he
I
has
get
no
one,
insurance.
or if I just don't get any sixes.
If you don't get any successes,
that's
you get
right.
no
yeah.
successes.
So
You have to take a breath. You don't.
I
Succeed.
would have waited until after the mask, anyways.
yeah, fair enough.
So Jericho
Like
could still do
Theodora's
that, right?
I would fucking love to just like try that.
I rolled
though.
3 1s.
Oh, no.
Okay, hold on. You can still push it,
Oh.
Blech.
right?
Okay.
You might as well push it.
Oh, for success.
And yeah, right.
So you roll 2? You only rolled a 2.
Yeah, so I was rolling 5 dice. I
So
got
you have
3
like a
ones. So I'm
17%
rolling 2 more.
chance or something.
I rolled a 4 and a 5.
Okay.
So
you're
Theodora,
dead.
where you saw her, Finn, she's almost there. You see
Yeah.
her struggling.
Yeah.
Take a breath and fall asleep.
On to better things, I suppose. And I turn around and I start heading towards that tower. Now, the tower... No, we're out of initiative, so I'll run back in. I still have a use on my mask, so I'll run in and I'll, drag her out, I guess, or try to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I have a use on my mask, so I'm rolling the same. Can I now spend a willpower point to use my other skill? Because I'm literally doing something else. And I'm
You are
sure...
doing something else, but I want to should make sense a little bit.
Yeah, okay, let me see. How about...
And let's be honest here. Theodora's not dying unless she stays here for, a week.
All right.
Like, she's
well,
unconscious. That's where we are right now.
I'm starting to slowly accrue
starve to-
brain damage.
Okay, well then
The
you know what?
slugs
Then
are
maybe I
starting to
won't
crawl.
run back in.
They'll eat
Maybe
you.
what I'll do, can I clear the gunk off my mask? What if I pull out some water?
Yeah, do you want to
and
do
I,
a craft?
Wash it.
Do you want to do a craft?
Throw strength to fix this mask. Can I use? Can I
No,
use
I'll say you can use wits. You can try
anything else? Yeah, let me use wits to clear the mask. Okay, I'll try to clear the mask then.
Because that is silly. It's not like you're forging this much.
Could you imagine?
I hit it with a hammer, and somehow it didn't.
Yeah.
So I got a success. I got 2 1s, but I'm cleaning a mask, so I
So
don't.
you sure up the epoxy type stuff that you put into it.
Yeah.
You put it down and you spread it out. Okay, that should hold for a little bit, bringing it back to its full value.
Cool. Okay, so then I'll run back in.
All right, so you need to make 1 success to get to Theodora.
Okay. Okay. So 6 and no 1s. Perfect. So I bolt towards her, and then I'll probably just drag her back.
Yeah.
Or carry her back or something.
Yeah.
You know?
So, my brain automatically thinks, okay, if you're dragging someone, you can either do a strength check, or we make it 2 rounds.
Might or endurance.
Well, let's do a strength check for now because it's going to be bad, but it's going to be no worse than wasting 2 rounds. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yep.
even if I. Well. Oh, man. How the hell do I do this?
Adaptive.
No, he doesn't let me use adaptive.
He doesn't. He did.
He did the
just-
first roll.
he just
I'm
won't
supposed
now.
to be able to
Can
do
you
it.
just do it all the time?
Yeah.
I think it's
as many
only-
willpower points as I spent.
Hey,
Oh,
Ah.
yeah, willpower. That makes sense.
I have an idea.
Well,
want.
Okay, sure, absolutely.
Tie a rope to her leg, and then run back out.
Oh,
Okay,
Ooh,
I'll do that.
pull her from the
good.
outside. That's clever.
Cool.
That's using your noggin right
That's
there.
using your noggin. In fact, maybe we should do that for everybody.
That's kind of smart.
Mind you,
We don't have a long enough
yeah,
rope.
Need too long. Okay.
Oh, but you have Theodora's bow.
I think the rope would have to be
Oh,
like
yeah.
The rope would need to be
Like-
long.
Yeah, you
2
need to be like
football fields
120
in length.
You mean I
feet.
could shoot my friends?
Anyway, that's a great idea. I reach into my bag of holding thing.
That's
Remember,
them
kids,
done
it's
with.
always an option.
I'm gonna buy a
No more
rope.
pain.
I'm gonna use my
Ooh.
willpower point to buy a rope.
Whoopee.
My whoopee, and I'll tie it around her leg, and then I will run back. And I guess I'll roll again to run back. No successes, no fails. So I will push it, I guess. Right?
Okay, so let's think about this for a second. You are at Theodora. It was fine.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're in a new set of rounds of you going through this. So
Yeah, but I only have 1 success that I,
I know.
need.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
And I have a mask with 3 charges.
you made 1 round without making progress.
Correct.
Okay,
What?
but you got lots of rounds to get out. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking I'll just go again real quick.
I found the flaw with my system. It's like the amount of rounds that I figured out, that just shouldn't exist. It should just be like if you get enough successes without your shit breaking. But it's okay, keep going.
That makes sense. And that's a 6 and a 1, but I don't think it matters. Because
Okay, so
I
you
am
tied the
out
rope
now.
and you're out. Theodora's lying there with a rope tied around her.
Exactly.
But the mask breaks.
No, my mask is fine.
Oh, okay.
He healed,
Because
he healed the mushroom thing.
cleaned it. So now it still has 2 charges in it.
Oh, gotcha.
And then I'm just going to pull her out. And I mean,
Eventually
I
you
can
do
take
it.
20, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Eventually do it. So Theodora comes out. I would like you to use that potion to heal her, because I think thematically that makes sense. But you could also just wait it out.
I'm just going to wait.
Okay. Damn
I
it.
have no.
It makes sense.
I'm going to
You're right.
waste a willpower
Yeah,
point
okay.
to pull out something that makes no difference.
Theodora, you have the most bizarre dreams. Describe them as you slowly wake up. Heffalumps and woozles.
I dream that I am in the woods near the tavern and that I can hear Todos in the woods ahead of me. And I'm trying to find him. I can hear the movement in the brush. And every time I look, there's nothing there. And I'm find that I am getting closer and closer to where I know Todos must be, to the point where there's bushes moving, and then when I move them aside, there's nothing. And then I realize that it's a human that I'm chasing. It's not Todos after all. And I pick up a little bit of speed, and the figure ahead of me starts running faster too. And then she turns around, and I've been chasing myself this whole time.
Whoa.
But
Lynchian.
as you turn around, your own self smiles back at you. And his smile is big, wide grin. And you recognize it to be Rosalinda's smile. And as the rest of you fade, all that's left is that smile. And you think back to your first encounter with Rosalinda, reading the plaque that you saw on the walls. And the one word lingers in your mind, it's Chessa. And you wake up.
I will always find my
And you can hear my voice, and I'm
skies.
like, Theodora! Slap!
Finn,
You passed out in the field, you dumb bit.
thank
Yeah,
you
hello.
for saving me.
Yes, of course, anytime. And I untie your leg.
Oh, Wharton?
You leave it on.
Jericho?
Come on.
Well, let's just leave that on for a little bit, shall we?
So from
What happened to the others?
I don't know, but
Orton and
that
Jericho.
spire looks interesting. I'm thinking let's...
So can we see them standing on the other side, or do they crest it and they're out of sight?
They're out of sight.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I think the natural reaction, because in all of our infinite wisdom, no one discussed a if we fail plan.
Yeah.
I think Theodora and Finn would just wait for at least a
I'm
good
just going to
long
yell
while.
super fucking loud.
Good idea.
Yeah, that'll work.
Like,
Why not?
sound
It's
covers
worth
a
a
lot of
try.
space. You can hear someone over several
There's
acres
so
yelling.
much going on.
I
Are you
agree.
kidding?
I'm just like, are you okay?
There's like
You hear
traffic.
it. You
We
for
hear
sure.
it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, bullshit.
We're a little stoned.
Kind of like
Close
it.
Are
Theodora.
you in a safe place?
Yes, we're back at the beginning.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Stilts, maybe?
We're thinking stilts.
Fuck yeah!
All right, so smash cut to
Still.
what's it called? Us with our stilts. I crafted them. No. We could do a montage of stilt
Yeah.
crafting.
There was one other idea. We've been going back and forth here in our little
Yeah,
private
yeah.
chat. Chris, is it possible to find some cocaine apples to help just do the opposite of what the poppies do?
Uppers, if you will.
Uppers.
Get some uppers before we try and go through all these downers.
Yes, but your heart will explode. So there's that. I don't know if
It's a
that's
good
something
trade-off.
Minor side effect.
At least we'll get to roll endurance.
Trick question. Jericho doesn't have a heart, so it's probably
Endurance
fine.
to endurance
Yeah.
to resist our hearts exploding.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, no, I think that the stilt idea,
yeah,
you know
let's
what,
do
we've got
stilts.
these 12-foot shrooms that
You know, it
we know
takes-
that 12 feet high it's going to work.
It
so
takes more strength and stuff like agility to
for the two of us. we
Yeah.
don't need like 7-foot stilts, really.
yeah.
How hard
Just
could
the
those be
two
to
of
stand on?
us.
Finn, Theodora, where are you trying to get to? Why are you going this way, anyways? Why are you all going this direction? Where were you
Could
trying
you
to get to?
imagine? We went the wrong way.
No,
It's
seriously, where are we going?
forward.
Forward to where?
No, it was forward. I don't remember. It's been like 3 episodes. We left the
That's
woods.
what I mean. Let's
More
think
than
about
that.
that for a second. Why are we headed this direction in general?
We had the
We left
water.
the mine, and we're going this direction. We've been going this
Yeah,
direction.
well,
the whole
because they
time.
said not to go east, and then we said we would go east.
Isn't there
Danger east.
What was happening this? Like, why is the walkway yellow to
I
begin
don't know. I
with?
feel like I'm being quizzed.
No, I'm just like, I don't want to just give it to you guys because I'm going to affect.
Yeah. So the
I-
walkway was yellow because it's just all of this dust from some kind of
dust.
processing that is
Yeah.
going on with the ore. So I think we're heading towards wherever the ore is being processed
Yep.
because that person, whoever's in charge, has the capabilities to obviously transfer people between areas like that big portal we went through, but also that if we stop them, we stop the bad mining and slavery.
Okay.
Am I close?
Sounds
No, you're
believable.
definitely on the mark that you're going to where the processing took place. Yeah, for sure.
So we're just hanging out. I think we're just relaxing on the grass.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm just staring at the fucking clouds for now.
Yeah, same.
They're just so beautiful.
They're okay.
Killing time while they make wooden stilts.
All right, so you guys make the stilts. Let's start you guys going across again. Yeah, let's do the same challenge, but this time you have stilts. So we'll say that it's with the stilts, you just have to do move. It just has to be a move challenge. If you fail the move challenge, we'll say you stumble, and we'll just say if you get 2 stumbles, you fall off the stilts or they break.
2 stumbles, you're off the stilts.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna start with Wharton.
Okay. You know what? Fuck these dice. I'm gonna get different dice.
Yeah, new dice, new dice, new dice.
Shame them.
I have.
And I think Finn and Theodora throw the rope that we have like partway in, just in case
Oh, that's
they
a good
need
idea.
it.
It's like 60 feet.
Yeah, but we can't throw that far.
Yeah, so we throw it like 20 feet.
All right.
That
like
should
5
help.
We helped.
I
Let's make
have
out.
a wash. No fails, no successes.
Okay, so yeah, you're not. It's finding it harder to move on these than you thought.
Yep.
You're not making very quick progress.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to use my round, since I'm right next to Warden, to assist his next roll,
Aw.
because I'm not in there yet.
No, if Wharton's making an attempt, he's in there, right? Like even if it's
Oh,
like,
he's in there, but I'm not in there.
how are you assisting him? This is what you do, okay? Oh,
Oh,
you're
I've
gonna
gotta
do like
go in
field. You know, yeah, you could do your.
Yeah, I
what's it
could do
called?
my battlefield awareness.
Yeah.
Listen to the sound of my voice, Warden.
Walk away
Run
from
away
it.
from it.
Yes, that's pretty much it.
Go the
Keep
opposite
going.
direction.
If I'm getting quieter, if
You're
I'm not
doing well.
changing at all. All right, yeah, I'm going to use my tactician, and I'm going to use, I guess it will be endurance. No,
Empathy.
Empathy. Fuck, that's
Yeah, but you get
horrible.
your 12-sider.
Yeah, I got my 12-sider.
Yeah, with a performance, right? So you
Do
get a
it.
12-sider. And we'll just say if you get a success, we're gonna add, I don't know, 2 die to
It's
Wharton's roll.
weird though. So if I get a 6 on my 12-sider, then it's a success.
If
6
you get a
up, right?
7, it's 2 successes, 8's 3 successes. I'm sure.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
didn't realize that. Okay.
I didn't
alright,
either.
that
I
makes
thought it was
sense
just
now.
like 6 plus is 1 success.
No.
no successes.
Yay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna push it. What the
Do it.
hell?
Push
What the
it.
hell? There we go. I got a 6 and a 12
Oh boy.
Oh,
and a Bane. I also got a Bane. But
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, your voice is raspy. You're gonna take 1 to your empathy roll. Wharton,
But
you're
how many
encouraged.
successes? How does that help? There's like, how many successes is that? I got a 12.
It's 4, 5 successes. Okay, let's just say Wharton, you are going to get. I was gonna say 2, so I don't know. What do you guys think is reasonable? I think like.
none. We had to do it. They have to take 5 rounds. They must
I think-
suffer as we did.
But I think he's going to get lots of extra dice. So we'll say we'll give him an extra die for every success he got. So
Jeez.
you got
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Or five extra die you get.
5 extra die. Can he use them 1 per round or
Sure.
spread them out? Or?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice. That's
Let's do
really
that.
good. Okay.
Holy crap.
So.
What'd you do to him? You just yelled at him?
I'm
You taught it-
yelling like this, and if you
I feel like I yelled at them, and I got...
if you yell as well, that would probably help actually, because then he could move towards something. So
Okay.
keep getting disoriented.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna try because I don't think you're gonna be able to do this again. I'm gonna try and ration these out. So I'm gonna just add 1 to every roll moving forward.
Cool.
So rolling 5 this time. That is 3 successes.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
You're making
Nice.
progress. You figured
I'm
this
making
out.
progress. All
You're moving
right.
through the...
Okay.
All right. Justin, are you going to stay outside or are you going to get in?
I might as well get in.
Okay.
Keep going, Warden. You're doing great, and I've got the mask still. It's slung around. Okay. I'm just gonna do my move.
Yep.
0 successes, 0 fails.
Cool.
Jesus Christ.
So you're
So
just
just hanging
you're
out.
But on
standing there.
stilts.
Well, that's the thing. Like on stilts, you're not gonna run out of problems here. You're not gonna break them if you're just standing there, right? It's not like it's sucking in stuff. All right, James, your turn.
Okay, doing 5 again. 1 success, 1 failure.
Okay. So you feel your stilts are you felt a little crack as you're stepping. Justin.
3 failures.
Oh, whoa.
Your stilts
Sheet.
like 3 1s.
3 1s, yes.
Your stilts shatter and you fall down. You're now standing in the
no.
poppies. And yep, James.
Go.
Do it.
It'll be okay.
I go.
I've got a leg made of Valium.
Okay, I'm gonna up my dice pool.
Oh.
I'm upping my dice pool to 6 for this one.
That's just more chances to get your stilts to shatter.
Fuck, you're right.
Yeah, it's anti. You
Well,
think it's going
good
to be
thing
beneficial,
it didn't
but it's
happen. 2 successes.
Ah,
Cool.
yeah.
Hey,
James,
nice.
you're now seeing the spire over the
Okay.
crest, and you
with
feel like
extra
you're-
height because he's
Yeah, oh,
taller
actually,
than
yeah,
I
right.
do.
You can see the
Ooh.
edge.
You see the
You can
top
see
of the spire.
Finn and Theodore standing there, making out, lying down.
Kissing,
Nice.
kissing.
That's canon.
Canon.
Okay, Justin, Jericho.
All right, I'll stick my mask on.
Oh, that's right, you have that.
I got 1 failure, 0 successes.
Oh,
Mask
boy.
starts the clock as
Yep.
you're going.
I got 2 more healths on that. Keep going, Wharton.
Are you gonna push
Okay.
it, Justin, or no?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. That and then okay, going with 5. Okay, my stilts break. That's 1 failure.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
So you drop down.
I
and you're
drop down.
standing in the poppies now.
Yep.
No successes. No pushing.
No successes.
Puppies.
I mean,
You can push.
I can push.
You can push over to endurance now if you want, though, right?
Yeah.
If that's any better for you.
You could push that same roll still, because you might still, as they're breaking apart.
And you're human too, James. Is your strength the thing?
Yeah, my strength is like endurance rolls. I'm rolling 8.
Yeah, let's just switch over to endurance and see if you can hold your breath the rest of the way.
Okay.
Because you have a pretty good chance, right? I mean, you
Yeah.
have a chance that you're going to. I forget with 8 dice, it's something like a 80% chance of getting a 6.
Yeah. Okay.
Something like that.
Cool.
All right, so Justin, your time.
Yep, I'm gonna keep moving, or I'm gonna start moving. 0 successes, no fails.
Okay, James.
Yeah.
Okay, switching over to just endurance.
This would have been much easier if you guys had gone with the cocaine apples idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
cocaine apple.
Okay, so Chris, tell me what happens with 2 successes and 2 failures.
Well, you do move.
Yep.
That's a
So,
good
but
question.
it's endurance. It's not a.
You would take the
So he
damage.
sleeps.
You would take the damage to actually your endurance.
Okay.
So we'll take the 2 points from endurance.
Okay.
Doesn't
But
he fall asleep?
You can
though?
see you're now right on the edge. Make it one more round and you're out.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that's-
he had a success, Harlan. That's why I'm trying to make him. You're right. He would fall asleep at that point. So now
Yeah.
he's at. That's right. So he falls asleep right where Joe had fallen asleep.
Right
so-
where the end of the rope is. And with his
Exactly.
dying strength, I'll say, Wharton, grab the rope!
Tie it around your
Wait, hold on. No. The rule was that it was successes. It was if you succeed,
You
don't
move.
fall asleep. It's if you fail.
He did fail. He succeeded and failed.
He got
He didn't
Bane.
fail though,
He got Bane.
He got
so he wasn't
once.
taking.
but he still succeeded.
You're right. You're right. Because technically, you don't take Banes unless you.
But
push
then
it.
wouldn't you just roll?
Right.
But then, no matter what, if you'd rolled a 6, it would have always made sense to do endurance because you would have been rolling 8, and all you need is 1 6, and you would have moved across all 5 rounds. So, because no matter how many ones you
You
rolled,
just
there'd be
need
no.
1 6. But if you fail one, you can still fail once. Like
So
it's
no, I
happened
do
to me.
like the idea that he succeeded because his endurance to see is if he's holding his breath, right? That's what the endurance check is for.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's
Yeah.
holding his breath. However, it's hurting, right? Because he's taking damage. So I'm saying his endurance has gone down,
Okay.
right? He's not going to be able to do it for as long. So he gets to that point. He doesn't pass out, but his lungs are aching, trying to take a breath. So
Cool.
you're going to take
So-
2 points to your endurance roll. So you're only going to roll 6. Justin, it's your roll.
I got a success.
All right,
Hey!
Got a
Justin moves
success.
forward. James,
I'm on the board.
Okay, 3 and 3. Complete wash.
okay, so you don't make any progress.
Yep.
You're standing there. You can push it, or you can just wait it out. Justin,
Well, no, if he pushes it and fails, it doesn't make any successes again, then he collapses.
yes. Go ahead, Justin.
Oh, did you want to push it?
No.
Then you fall asleep.
No, you're right, because he fails it. He fails the
Well, then I have to.
because you don't have any mask on, right? So the damage,
But you can put.
right. If you have a mask on, you can push it, but the damage will go to your mask. If you don't have a mask on, you're automatically are taking 1 bane.
Okay, so
But
that's 3
if you can-
successes and a failure.
So you make it out.
But if you
As
could roll endurance while wearing a mask, isn't that what
can't.
Justin was pitching?
you can't roll endurance for wearing a mask. He's not wearing a mask.
Oh, okay.
He's just holding his breath. That's why it was a little different mechanic. I'm trying to figure that one out a little bit better. Justin, go ahead.
So I think you made it through Wharton, but you took 1 more point of endurance.
Exactly.
Okay.
Warden, welcome. And Finnegan hugs your sweaty.
So the,
No
the
successes,
sheer
no
exhaustion
fails.
of pushing yourself to this limit makes you just, like red in the face. You're exhausted, kind of thing.
Okay.
No successes, no fails, Justin.
Yep, I'm gonna roll again.
Okay.
I got 1 bane, no successes, so I've got
Alright.
1 more point of health on this mask.
This mask. Okay.
No successes, no fails.
Woo.
Hey, 1 success. So
Cool.
that's my second
You got to
success.
make. So now you're about just under halfway.
1 success, 1 fail. My mask breaks.
Okay. Now you're holding your breath as you can see the crest. You can see the spire as you're over the halfway point.
All right. Finally, my mask broke.
Finally, I can do endurance.
All right, let's see if this works. I don't know. It's more opportunities for ones.
Yeah.
But the ones don't mean anything.
only-
Yeah,
No, it-
you take endurance damage. If I get 6 of these, then I die.
Yeah, but you only need 1/6 to move forward, right?
Right. So
I
Harlan,
got-
if
yeah.
he succeeds, he moves forward, but he can still take damage. Oh, sorry. If he pushes it, he can take damage to his actual self. If he fails in an endurance roll and pushes and still fails, he passes out.
Either way, let's see what happens.
Okay, I got 1 success, and I took 1 point of endurance damage.
Cool.
So I should be past the halfway point.
You're
now.
right. You're right on the edge now. You should just one more and you can make it out.
I got 1 6 and no failures.
So you managed to get out as well. Again, gasping for air. This similar to what Jericho.
Oh, I thought there was 1 more.
No, that's it.
Oh,
Hello, Jericho. You
just
did your
held my
idea
breath.
about.
I just held my breath.
Jesus Christ.
We did it!
The assets, I know, Harlan, you're saying it doesn't make a difference. but
I'm
it
not
did
saying
make a
anything.
difference.
I'm saying, oh, who just left?
Sorry.
Theodore rage quit.
No, I accidentally
rage
closed
quit.
the window. No. I'll be right back. Here
She's
I come.
coming back.
Here I am.
There she is.
No,
Hi.
No, it does make sense. It does make sense,
Yeah.
but it's.
I'm not saying. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, if I.
Well
could've
done,
taken what I
boys.
can.
Look at that. And he points towards the buildings on the horizon.
Ah, that's lovely. Is that a hotel or?
It's no. You're
Somewhere
looking
where
at.
we
It's
can
clearly
find,
like big enough to be a town, a city
Oh,
behind
oh
walls,
goodness.
big buildings, and a really tall structure in the middle, castle-esque as it were, but more of a Gothic time period as opposed to a medieval castle, right? So we're like big domed arches and stuff like that.
The Gothic asshole.
Yeah, the Gothic castle.
Finnegan says, well, I suppose that's where we should go, right? We
It's-
all look like we'd use some R&R.
It's huge.
Yeah, there's
I've
definitely
never
going to be a
seen-
place for us to rest. Well, it looks like Theodora got a little snooze herself.
I'm okay.
I slapped her, don't worry.
I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you all made it. I was worried we weren't going to see each other again now for a minute.
Yes,
The menacing
it was,
facade of the wall is intimidating, and those wooden wall doors that are at the end of your path are huge. We're talking like 20-foot high doors. 2 of them hinged, ready to open or close.
It makes
That's
some
what doors
great
do.
stilts.
All right, well, I suppose we should head there. And Finnegan picks up his pack and begins walking.
Oh,
I think we should
shit.
just knock.
What?
What was that? Where do you want us to wrap up?
I'm confused.
So Jericho walks up to these big doors. And
Why
looks
did
at
you
them.
show that on the screen?
Because I'm trying to click on something.
Because she's really drunk.
Did you just type that? I think you meant to type that in private chat. But then why did you... the funniest thing is you highlighted it. You're like, let's just
amazing.
show this.
I don't know how to delete it. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about deleting it.
Just don't click on it anymore.
Just don't highlight it.
So
I'll do it.
yeah, we we're asking you, the people, where do you want us
Pay
to
no
wrap
attention
up
to the
tonight?
man behind the curtain.
I'm so tired.
Jericho
Aw.
walks up to these doors, these ominous, big, giant, 20-foot high doors, and he observes them. Is there some sort of opening?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. It's,
okay, I go
door
through the
seems pretty
opening.
mundane aside from its size and structure of it. It's just big. It's a big door, big wooden door.
And we
Is there
knock
a
on
slit?
it.
Yes, and as you knock on it, the slit opens up and you see two eyes peer out. Hello.
It's the
What
right
is it
number.
you want?
Well, we're here for shelter, room and board, hopefully. If there's an inn or a tavern, we'd happily pay our share for the night.
The eyes look you over one at a time. The gate, the slider, shuts, and you wait a couple beats, and you start wondering, are they going to let us in? What's going to happen? The doors creak open, and the colors and the sounds and the smells are almost overwhelming. You smell food, roasting turkey, and you see banners and streamers of all sorts of colors, and you see this. The most peculiar thing that you see is all these people walking around carrying balloons, these like lanterns, and in the middle of town, just hanging suspended, is this huge hot air balloon, and there's balloons everywhere, and it's clearly a festival, a joyous occasion with music and sights to behold as kids are running around with these lanterns. And a man walks up to you, someone clearly of importance with a big top hat and a big belly, and he says, "Welcome, guests. You've come on a wonderful day, for this is our festival. Welcome to Oz." And he gestures to you to join him and walk into this sumptuous visual display. And we'll end it there for now.
Wow.
So exciting.
That's the
That's the secret thing.
Oz?
Did you figure it out?
Oh.
Did you figure it out?
That's great.
Me?
That's a wonderful.
Yeah, I knew.
Love it.
It's a good reveal.
Yeah.
Justin
fine.
didn't know.
I didn't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. This was Threshold Chapter 8. We're going to be taking a little break on Threshold while October brings us to Extra Life Month, with 4 spooky streams, but we will be back probably the first week in November to play Threshold Chapter 9. I'm assuming it's going to be called...
The Great and Powerful.
Well, this one's already called The Great
Part 3. No. It's
This
gonna have
one is
another
called-
catchy title.
This
that
one's
we'll
called
see.
Try to Get Through the Poppies, You Fucking Idiot.
This one's going to be
That's
called
what
A Horse of a Different Color.
This one's called They Didn't Use the
right.
Crack Apples.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're going to be back Wednesday night next week, as well as this Friday night. We got a spooky stream. So if you are looking for something fun and spooky on a cold October night, make sure you join us at 9 o'clock while we play something truly terrifying. That is it from us. Thank you so much for hanging out. As my good friend Justin always likes to say...
Shoop boop boop bloop blee.
I love this awkwardness.
Stupid show.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. You guys, good night.